Howdy y'all, this is Dwight and welcome back to my channel. Well, today's a bit of a rainy day, so I thought I'd spend a little time this morning at my little greenhouse and attempt a bit of a lofty project for me. But before we get into it, I actually received a package in the mail this morning that I'm rather excited about. The first one is I got me one of those cheap Lazy Susan deals off the old Jungle website. That way I can set my stuff on it and be able to turn it around like everybody else and get a good look at things as I'm working. So I'm kind of excited about that. And I also I just got a cheap set of garden snips. There's 3 different ones here. Something a little bit heftier to cut something a little bigger. I didn't have anything like that. So I'm just starting off with some inexpensive things here to begin with. And as time goes on, maybe I will get a little bit more bonsai oriented tools. But for now, at least I got a start. Okay, set those to the side. What might I be up to in this video, may you ask? Well, in one of the flower beds here around the house, there's been several oak saplings that had been coming up, and over the years been kind of lopping them off. And actually I have one I'm going to need to show in another video. I think it's going to make a dandy little gnarly tree. But anyhow, what I'm going to be working with today is this little rascal. Now I'm doing this a bit late in the year because it has already leafed out a bit. So I'm hoping it will survive my shenanigans with it. I'm keeping the roots wet. But what caught my eye with it is this cool little crook right here. And of course the root has some pretty neat looking movement on it. And hopefully I can get a lot more fibrous roots to come off of it. I've already shortened it down because boy, it was quite long. It's going down the ground like a carrot. But anyways, I'm going to attempt to train this to grow onto a rock that I have. And it's this hefty outfit right here. See if we can get it. I'm going to attempt to stand it up. Of course, this side right here I think is just nader and beans. Has a little bit of that moss kind of on it. So I'm going to try to have that crook coming off the top here and train the root to come down the face on this side of the rock. And of course I got some wire mesh that I'm going to loop around that way I can have soil down in it to hold the soil up against the root. Because to my understanding, it can take a number of years before you slowly bring the soil down and the root kind of gets again the rock or whatnot. So this is a bit lofty for me to attempt to do, but I'm going to go for it. And you know, if I fail, well, there's other oak saplings I can get in the next year or two and attempt again until I can figure things out. And I got a bunch of smaller rocks here, of course, because I'm going to need some stability to stabilize this. So I got a bunch of other smaller rocks I'm going to use, and I just have some all-purpose caulk that I'm going to use to kind of adhere things together. And I'm going to attempt not to have it show on the outside, but hopefully this will work good enough to kind of keep things together. And the wire mesh I got several different pieces. I got a couple different sizes, but this is the wire mesh. As far as the base, I unfortunately don't have anything pot wise or a tray. So for now, I got this scrap piece of 3/4 plywood. I know this ain't gonna last forever. It will deteriorate probably within a couple years, if that. But at least it gives me something to start with. And by the time this is rotted too much, hopefully I can have a more decorative base to be able to put this on, providing this experiment works. So I'm going to do a time lapse on this because I'm sure I'm going to do some head scratching and maybe undoing some things and this, that, and the other as I go along. So I don't want the video to go on forever and me talking to myself as I attempt this. So I'm going to get the camera down where you can take a look at what I'm going to be doing, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, I apologize for the rain noise, but I will give this a bit of a slow turn and let you see how it turned out, and hopefully it will do okay for me. Thought I'd do a mossy slope on this side, because hopefully eventually the root will be able to come down. And for now I did moss up at the top to help hold moisture in. And this is kind of something similar in my area where there's a rocky bluff or rock face, however you want to say it. And all these rocks at the bottom tend to have sandstone rocks in my area. So I thought this was a pretty neat representation of something of that nature. And of course, my oak coming off the top. I appreciate y'all stopping by, and until next time, y'all take care.